Welcome everybody to night 2 of the 35th Annual USA Nationals coverage. Friday night, it is Burt Lehman, it is Puka, it is a big thank you to Dirt Track Supply for all your racers, all your racing needs. Dirt Track Supply out in Watertown, South Dakota, dirttracksupply.com. Check them out. All right, so got the races in. Weather's questionable tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end. But let's start with the World of Outlaw portion. What stood out to you tonight?
Well, it didn't seem... Well, there were some new winners, but at the end of the night, it was Jonathan Davenport and Madden are going to be starting on the front row. I do have to say one thing. I'm a Jonathan Davenport fan. I like Superman, but he really needs to stop complaining about the passing points. I mean, and he lucked out. He got the good draw. Started on the front row for the dash, so he's going to be starting on the pole in the big race. So stop your whining about the passing points.
Yeah, one comment on Jonathan Davenport. So in the first heats, the track was a little tough, wet, and everything. But the second, so what they do is you do a round of heats. So like Davenport started dead last in his first heat. So then he started on the pole in his second heat. Okay, second heat, takes off the pole. Oh, I think it was right in corner 3 on the first lap, right? All of a sudden, Shepard pulls up on him. Davenport's from Georgia. He's not here to F around. $50,000 on the line tomorrow. Then Davenport put it in Davenport mode and just drove around. And Shepard's been strong, too. He's in the top 4, I'd say, strongest cars, of the weekend. So, he just kind of put it in another gear, once he got a little pressure.
I mean, actually, a driver that impressed me tonight who probably, he gained the most points tonight was Tyler Erb. He started about mid-pack in both of his heat races. I actually think starting mid-pack is the best place to start with passing points. But he had some lucky breaks where the cars just kind of parted for him, and he won one, and I think he was second in the other one, or he was near the first.
He was near. Yeah, I think he was.
Or maybe he was third.
He won the second one. He won his second one. Right?
Won his first one.
He won his first one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he was right there. Yeah, he was definitely hauling it on the top. By the way, I meant to... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, but he had a poor draw for the dash race, so, he's going to be starting, I'm not even sure where, but not within the first couple rows, I don't think.
Right. One thing I wanted to mention last night, we talked about Ashton Winger. Many of you may have seen the news that Ashton Winger was released or quit with Garrett Smith's team, but he is now in the 58 Big Frog Motorsports car that was driven by Whitener. That's been, most of the year. So anyway, is it Dale Whitener? Anyway,
I don't know.
Whitener from Florida. So he's been in that car, but that's the ride that Ashton Winger is in here at Cedar Lake this weekend. All right, so one person I was kind of impressed with was Ricky Weiss in his second heat. Dominated, if you remember a few years ago. Of course, the Mars cars have been dominating around here forever. Then Dora ended up getting that rocket a couple years ago. He's winning some races, but in the Wazota part, I don't know, a handful of years ago, Ricky Weiss came here with that Bloomquist, and everyone was like, oh, there was a car besides Mars car that won, and I said Ricky put together a really good performance tonight in his Sniper chassis to win his second heat. All right, anything else on the World of Outlaw side?
That's where passing points really equalizes things, and I was actually surprised by some of the drivers who qualified, because watching the races you don't actually realize how well they did.
Right.
But like Chad Mader was 16th highest in passing points, so he's qualified for the show. He actually tied Jimmy Mars, but because of the pill draw, Mader had a lower number, so he gets the transfer spot.
Yeah, he was sneaky consistent.
Yep.
just stayed out of trouble. He ran, I don't know, I think like 3rd and 4th between the 2 heats, but yeah, sneaky good there. Tanner English continues to impress. He moved forward in both of his races. Like I said, Bishop looks good. Bronson's still on the struggle bus. He just can't seem to get out of his own way. Ryan Gustin not showing a lot this weekend.
He won his heat race when he started out front, but when he started in the back, he advanced 1 or 2 spots, and that was it.
Yeah, and it seems to the theme of the year kind of has been Rockets and Longhorns. Rocket and Longhorns. The Bloomquist, the Capitals, the Mars cars not doing much, and that seems to be kind of what we're seeing up here at Cedar Lake this year. All right, so let's move to the local part. I don't know what to call them. The locals, the Wazotas. I think what we should call them is the one-to-go show late models. I think we should come up with this term. So it. Let's talk about the One to Go Show late models now.
You're going to have to come up with some sponsorship.
Yeah, we have to come up with So let's start with the heats. AJ Demo out, great to see him. Gets a heck of a run out of 2. Actually runs up into the back of Bryce Ward. We kind of looked at each other. Very odd mistake for the veteran.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've talked a lot about this on the show. He doesn't race nearly as much as he used to. And I'm not saying that's why it happened, but, yeah, you just don't see AJ do that very often, right. if at all.
Exactly. And then, of course, a popular win, Pat Dorr, I don't know, started 3rd or 4th on a pretty, maybe even 4th or 5th, but a pretty tough track. It was pretty black by then, not a lot of traction, but, of course, lap pass, the front stretch was standing, a lot of fists in the air, but Pat Dorr doing what Pat Dorr does.
Yep. And, yeah, I've seen that a lot here. And tough night for Sam Ars, though. He, on the first lap of his heat race, not even his fault. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and caught the inside fence and bent his nose way up, and he just pulled off, and that was the last we saw him for the night.
And same thing with Gavin Terrace, the youngster that put on a show a couple years ago in the B mods when he was whatever 14 or 15 years
13,
old.
I think.
Yeah, 13, whatever. Came out for the heat and coasted basically into the infield, and that was it for the night. By the way, 46 World of Outlaw late models, 41 One to Go Show local late models. All right. So, all right, let's move on to the feature. Pretty exciting. We just finished this, so obviously no feature tonight. We had Fans Fun Dash, the World of Outlaw Dash for the World of Outlaws, but we got a full 40-lap feature in for the locals.
Well, and I just want to say, last night Jonathan Davenport was leading. Looked like he was going to win. Looked like I was going to get 2 points. I was wearing my Jonathan Davenport T-shirt. DNF. Tonight I had Jimmy Mars. Jimmy was charging towards the front. Looked like he was going to take the lead. Looked like another 2 points for me. I'm wearing my Mars T-shirt, and he smacked the wall hard and won. I don't know if he misjudged the cushion or what, but he hit it hard.
He rode it. Now, he had a couple laps previous to that. I don't know if you saw. He was up there and it sparked. So he got really close, and then he started kind of dive bombing. I think there were 3 or 4 cautions in that race. After one of the cautions, he went back up there and he rode it up pretty hard, so he was off on the hook. Ryan Flynn, Dave Flynn led laps early as a rookie, and then Kevin Eder took command, and Pat Dorr was charging, flat tire. Jimmy Mars was charging, flat tire. One of the late restarts, Darryl Nelson's right there. As a matter of fact, Demo came out of a B because of that aforementioned incident with Bryce Ward.
And yeah, Demo looked absolutely horrible the first half of the race. Yeah. He wasn't going anywhere. Then all of a sudden, he started charging, and he wound up finishing 6th, I think. Started 19th and finished 6th.
Yeah, after that last restart, it was like, oh my gosh, there's Demo. So, but a very exciting win. First time win ever for Ashland, Wisconsin's Kevin Eder. So we are excited to get to the pits to go see Eder because we know it's going to be a heck of a party.
Is it his first ever win in a late model or here?
First ever win in a late model at Cedar Lake is what Chris Steppen said. So I don't know. I don't even know if he has one, but for sure right here at Cedar Lake in front of the big crowd. You heard the post-race interview. A very excited young man. Yep. So, but yeah, pretty dominating performance. Like I said, we thought Darryl would challenge after a couple of those restarts. He was close for a couple laps, but Eder was really strong.
Eder hit his marks every lap. I mean, he did not stumble at all. So, I mean, you got to credit him, for never winning a feature here. He hit his marks every lap, and he deserved that feature win.
Yeah. All right, anything else on the racing, or maybe we go to the weather?
No, nothing else on the racing. Weather-wise, forecast isn't good, but, they're actually moving up the start time to 5 p.m., but apparently they announced that people should monitor their Facebook page and their website because around 10:15 or 10:30 they're gonna all meet and decide. They may even start earlier than that.
Yeah, the national security team's getting together for a meeting to see if we're going to cancel or not, or what they're going to do. Ryan took off on us, so we're very disappointed. We wish you were here, Ryan. It was a lot of fun having all 3 of us here yesterday. But yeah, so the big, like I said, the big thing now moving on is the weather. What we're going to do if we're going to be able to get this thing in. But everything's set. We're set to go. We got some World of Outlaw B features, of course, the local One to Go Show late models. We'll have a complete program. So hopefully we can get all this in. So continue to tune in to the our Fun to Go Show Facebook page, YouTube page, TikTok, Snapchat, everywhere you find us, and we'll give you as many updates as we can too. And that'll conclude our coverage here tonight. So for Burt Lehman, for Dirt Track Supply, big thanks to all of you. I am Puka, and we'll catch you all in the next video.